Wow, so I have been absolutely loving all of the reunions that we've been having lately, but I have to say the Harry Potter reunion really was a truly magical experience. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be looking at the Harry Potter reunion, the 20th anniversary special Return to Hogwarts. Can you believe it? On that point there has been 20 years since the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone in the USA has been released. Absolutely mind-blowing. And on that point I just thought it was so magical just having all of the cast and creators reuniting in this anniversary special. It was just so magical and literally just celebrating true cinematic history. I feel like everybody who's anybody really has seen the Harry Potter movies, and it really has affected and shaped and changed people's childhood experiences, and so it really is dear to a lot of people. And I just thought it was so fantastic how they really celebrated everything that Harry Potter has stood for. I thought it was really nice how you can see the true genuine bond that all of these people are sharing through the incredible experience that they had in creating all of these 8 fantastic movies, especially with the core trio, as you can really see that they're all really close with each other, even though they've gone on to become such big mega superstars and really successful in their own right. It is really nice that they can come back together and, like they said themselves, seem as if no time has passed at the same time as a lot of time has passed, which I thought was really great. Even though JK Rowling wasn't directly involved with this reunion special, I did appreciate the fact that they did really recognise all of her contribution in shaping this magical, amazing, fantastical world that we are now able to truly immerse ourselves into with all of the stories. For example, the fact that Alan Rickman was able to find out exactly where this movie was going to end up. And they also did include some archival footage with previous interviews with JK Rowling as well. Speaking of stories, I couldn't believe the fact that Emma Watson was revealing the fact that she didn't know if she was going to return back to the franchise after the 4th movie due to all of the pressures that fame was bringing, as well as the fact that she was the only young female in terms of all of the leading characters, which I think would have been game-changing if she hadn't returned back. But I'm so glad actually on that point that all of the cast were there across all of the 8 movies, which really does make it so magical and so brilliant, and also pretty rare as well, especially in Hollywood where they are recasting roles all the time. I think it's absolutely brilliant that the Harry Potter series was able to keep all of its cast really consistent across all of the 8 movies. On that point, I thought it was really nice how they really did pay respect to the actors that have unfortunately passed away. And on that point, I really like the insight as well that the young cast were given, that they didn't really know at the start of the movie franchise that all of these actors that they're playing with are such big names in their own right, and it's only now when they look back at it that they're able to really appreciate it. And at the same time as this, I absolutely love the insight that Daniel Radcliffe was given that halfway through filming the series, for example at book 3, that's really when the penny was dropping and they were realising all of the brilliant names that they had in this film series. For example, when he was trying to act really cool and suave, when he realised that Gary Oldman was going to be in the series, which I thought was really great. I absolutely loved how they structured this reunion special in terms of how they even opened it with Emma Watson kind of walking down the streets and entering into the Great Hall and kind of seeing everyone. And then we go chapter by chapter in terms of looking at 2 films at a time. And as they were doing this, this is how they layer on certain interviews with different directors, how they go to different clips, how they tell the narrative storyline threaded across all of these 8 movies, give all of the different insights. I thought it was so brilliantly well structured and constructed, and having all of the interviews, clips and stories told as they were progressing through this, I just thought threaded it through really nicely. Speaking of which, I really liked how they were really exploring that the films got darker and darker as they were progressing through them, and the 4th one in particular was really pivotal and shocking, as this is when the Cedric character was brutally murdered off by Lord Voldemort. And like I said, this is really where everything really shifted, and that moment was so pioneering and so pivotal, not only in cinematic history but also within this world, as even the theatrical production Cursed Child was really based on this moment. And I loved how Emma Watson even referenced the theatrical productions and the Fantastic Beasts series that have spawned off after Harry Potter's massive success. On that point, obviously would love to see them truly reunite in a true movie special. Hopefully, I'm still hoping out one day that we will get to see the theatrical version of Cursed Child coming and all of these actors reprising their roles. How incredible would that be? I'm really hopeful that that happens one day. I thought it was really wonderful how they're all really appreciative and really grateful for this experience, so that they don't really look down at it or they don't really want to forget about it completely or they don't really want to talk about it, you can really see the true love that they have, not only for the experience that they had, not only for each other, but also for the fans as well. And in turn, it was just really nice to relive all of this magical experiences with all of the cast and creators. And of course, they had to mention the fact that Emma Watson did have a bit of a crush on Tom Felton back in the day. And I really liked as well how they really looked at the conflict that the Draco Malfoy character was experiencing, and the brilliant acting that Tom Felton was doing, just in how conflicted he was when he was pressurized to kill off the Dumbledore character, and how this character always just wants to prove himself to his father, and how he was a little bit of a two-dimensional villain across the early movies, but at this point he really did go down the dark side. And I love the difference between him and Harry Potter in terms of the journeys and the experiences that they had, really shaping them to become the characters that they were in the future. I thought it was so fascinating, and I'm really glad they looked at that actually. But not only that, they also looked at why Lucius is the way that he is. The Dobby character, absolutely loved Dobby and the relationship originally between Lucius and Dobby, and how completely shifted this gets when Dobby is choosing to partner up with Harry Potter instead. Also Hagrid, such an iconic and legendary character in his own right, and I absolutely loved all of the Robbie Coltrane insight that he was giving towards this character. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a focus happening with the Dursley characters, as I always loved it at the start of certain movies and in the books as well, when you can experience what Harry is going through with his Muggle human family before he is entering the true wizardary magical world of Hogwarts. And on that point, I just thought it was so fantastic and so brilliant, just re-entering into this world from a modern lens point of view. Entering into the Great Hall and all of the iconic music just really did make it what it is. And this series and this reunion special was just so emotional and was just so well constructed. So for all of those reasons, I have to give this reunion special a massive 10 out of 10. I have reviewed all 8 of the Harry Potter movies, so I'll link all of them in the description box below. But other than that, I'd love to now hear from you. Let me know what you thought of this reunion special in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.